What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. And so this is something I want to discuss because my Twitter post is still blowing up on Twitter. Nick Fuentes is trending right now, and a lot of people are going to my Twitter thread. I don't really necessarily want to talk about Nick Fuentes. However, I have to mention him because it's relevant to the N-word discussion that I would like to have with you, and how I'm so tired of the hypocrisy and the sometiminess that comes from the Black community. But I also don't like the ignorance also coming from white folks in the process of this whole thing breaking down. I have been very frustrated with both races, blacks and whites, and I'm going to talk about that and maybe just do this video as more of an educational tool and awareness tool of you to stop doing this. If you're black, stop doing this if you're white. Okay. So let me just basically take you down the road of how all this happened. I got contacted by one of my taters named Danny, and he said that Nick Fuentes was on Fresh and Fit, and I was like, okay. And then he sent me a link to someone else's clip, and it was very blurry. It was a black guy, pro-black as a matter of fact, and he had a very, I guess you could say, 144p resolution in this video. It was just terrible quality. And if I'm gonna promote a video, it's got to be top quality. So I asked him to send me the link, and I went and made the videos. So let's go through 3 of the videos that I made, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna show you about the tweet, and we're gonna talk about it. So the first tweet I made, and this has Nick in it, and I said, I told you white folks that these Negroes don't give a boop about you saying the N-word. Here's white supreme pizza, Nick Fuentes, surrounded by a bunch of got-out hyenas, cackling as he dropped a huge N-bomb. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let this play, and I'm going to edit out the part where he actually says the word. Here we go.
Boy, bro, you can say it.
Say it. Come on, man. I want you to say it.
For real. Yeah. What you got?
You want me to say it?
Yes. Say it.
Is anyone going to hit me if I say it?
No. Let's go. 2 hours. Come on, Nick. What you got?
Now, they egged him on. Come on, Nick, say it, say it, say it. Then he says it. Most of them laugh. Most of them are just okay with it. And you got like 1 or 2 are like, oh no, I think I need to be outraged so I don't lose my black card. So then here's the second thing that happens here. So I showed another clip here where I clipped from the same video where it says, here's another clip of Nick Fuentes referring to one of the Pookie makers sitting at the table as his N-word. Thanks to Danny. This is Danny who, if you give me a tip, I will drop your name as credit. I don't want people to think I'm not giving people credit. I do. And then I said, for bringing this to my attention, so Fresh and Fit get a pass, right? And then, here we go with that video. So let's go ahead and play that one. Okay. So they just find it very funny and everything like that. And so here's the last clip, which is very, I guess they got outraged. It's amazing. They have more smoke. By the way, I don't like anyone in this, in these clips. So don't think I'm taking up for anyone. I'm not, but I'm not outraged either. So like I said, I'll explain everything towards the end. So here we have the third clip that I made, and this is Myron. I said, putting on a KKK hood, and I said, not to be outdone, Myron from the Fresh and Fit podcast puts on his favorite KKK hood so that you, black folks can see him in his true form. So let's watch that.
Thanks for it and gave it to you. I don't know what you have for it.
Bro,
What is the point?
Bro, we're finished, bro. We're finished.
What's
Getting
the
fucking canceled.
I heard
What's
somebody
the
say
point?
magic
Why don't
word.
you just when we come on the
Magic
podcast?
word 3 times?
What's the point, Myri?
Listen, man.
Yeah,
Myron.
What's the point?
Myron.
I need to know.
I am not in agreement with this.
What is the
I don't
point?
agree with this.
What's the point? Hey, man, I heard somebody was saying the magic word, bro. Yeah, the
And
point
y'all
is
just
here.
recording it.
Take it off.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Can you take it off though?
Oh,
And
no, I'm not
the
taking it off.
disrespecting it.
All right.
Nah,
Let's
keep
keep
it
it
on.
on.
Keep it on.
Welcome
Let
to Rumble
everybody
Ninjas.
see.
All right.
Thanks for it.
Now, my point with this is that the selective outrage, which is fake with the black community in reference to a word that starts with an N. And there's 2 versions. There's one that ends with an A, and there's one that ends with an ER. I personally don't care who says what. I don't. What I don't like is hypocrisy. And it was amazing when I was, I'm not going to go into the comments because the comments are crazy right now. But what was making me angry was there were certain white people saying, well, me and my friends say that all the time when we play Call of Duty. And I'm saying, like, that's not the point. That's not the point. It's like I was so clear in explaining that I don't like the hypocrisy of black people when they get mad when some random white person says the word. I mean, they could even say the word with the hard A. With the soft A. A white person could say the word with the A, with the soft A at the end, and they lose their mind. They want to riot and loot. They want to protest, reparations, all kind of nonsense. But here it is. Nick Fuentes, a white supreme pizza. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I don't care. Because one thing I notice about the right, we have people who love to lock arms with bad individuals, from Andrew Tate to Nick Fuentes. And I find that amazing. Hence why I will never, ever stop coming after you guys. You always say, well, you're a right winger. Why are you punching right? Actually, I'm a right winger and I'm punching left, because a lot of you are acting like liberals when you're sitting here locking arms and defending bad people. I can go on and on about Andrew Tate, but I'm going to just stop right there with the rant. So apparently, like I said, that did not cross their mind. That didn't get into their psyche or what I was talking about. So then I wrote a longer tweet. And this is what I said. Since my mentions are on fire right now and I ain't mad, I want to repeat my point once again, because it's like I'm arguing with people in the comments section. I'm arguing with whites about how they're just like, we say it privately, but you don't say it publicly, and you definitely don't say it in front of black people. So why say that? Why even tell me that you say it amongst each other on a video game or in the comfort and safety of your house? What's the point of you telling me that? You don't understand what I'm telling you and other blacks, and not other blacks, and black people, is that, hey, you guys really don't get outraged. You're really not really mad about the N-word. You really don't care. Because here it is. Out of all people, you should not be okay saying a word from, and all these black women, ratchet and ghetto, although ratchet and ghetto, they still was like, say it. Woo, girl, he said it. Oh, he done given me the vapors. And now, also something, and this right here is actually making me angry, and I can't even show you this animation, but I'm getting I am getting people sending me what do you call that type of art? It's a art where you have a relationship. Anyway, they got the this white image, and it's got the swastika and everything, and he's like the black girlfriend with the African tattoo on the continent Africa on her arm, and it's like I'm getting all of this type of ship. That's what it's called. So they're shipping these type of animations and these cartoons to me, and I wasn't the one who was part of it. I was just the one who was just uploading the clips. And I'm also debating people, black and white, about what's going on. I'm debating black people who are getting angry, talking about something. He can't say the word. What he did, now what? What you gonna do? You can't cancel those girls' cards. Remember, the black community is a matriarchy. You can't do nothing. And then I'm saying, so this is what I want white people to understand. Don't feel bad about this word. I'm showing you they really don't care. But apparently that went over their heads. So I wrote this right here and I said, since my mentions are on fire right now and I ain't mad, I want to repeat my point once again for the people with the IQ of a rusty nail. Per my bio, I'm not part of the black community. I do my own thing, as an independent, proud American woman. Notice I didn't say as an independent black woman, as an independent black woman. I'm Africans and Americans. I don't want to say none of that. I don't like the hyphenated thing. One thing that made me angry about Trump is catering to this identity politics. I hate it. I'm an American. That's what I am. Okay. Then I go on to say, I don't give a F that Nick said both of the N-words. I just don't. I really don't. It doesn't bother me. If it was up to me, let them say it. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to use it the way I use it. You can use it as a term of endearment, or you could use it as a way to just basically, you could use it as a slur. I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. It really isn't. What I'm pointing out is that you ninjas get upset if Billy Bob says it, but not when a known white supreme pizza says it. Hell, you even begged him to say it, which you just saw that they did. They begged him to say it. That's called hypocrisy. You black folks are so fake with your N-word outrage. And this was the reverse Uno card. I need to show you you're full of crap. Now, what I meant by that? I'm celebrating White History Month. I sure am. And today I'm going to upload, last week I did, I forgot Stewart, I think it was. I did a general of the North during the Civil War for the Army for the North. Well, guess what? When you see this video later today, I'm going to do one for Robert E. Lee. He is celebrated down here in Georgia, definitely celebrated in some areas in the South, and there are lots of statues down here. Whether you like the fact that he was on the Confederate side or not, he is still an American hero who is celebrated down here, although on the losing side. I don't care. And my thing is, I was delaying putting up Robert E. Lee in reference to, certain heroes that are in American history, because I'm like, I got to make sure I'm by the computer because I know I'm going to get a lot of heat. I shouldn't get no heat no more. And if I do, I'm just going to basically post this. I'm like, oh, you ain't got no problem with this post. You know why? Look at how a bunch of black women, I do believe it was seven or eight black women, were egging on a white supreme pizza to say the N-word. And he said both of them. One with the hard R, the other one with the soft A. So I don't want to hear about it, okay? I want to do my own thing. I am not beholden to a group of people because of my skin tone. I hate that. I don't like that. And I have made it my business to separate myself. I'm getting mad. I'm not even being able to talk. To separate myself from that group. I don't cater to them. I don't go into their spaces. I don't go into their circles. I don't even go to their side of Twitter. And I don't act like I give a damn about their fight or plight or whatever. I am on my own, and I just happen to be black. And I am called racial slurs, which is fine, but apparently I can't call the slurs back, or I'll get put in Twitter jail for 7 days like I did last time. So finally, and this is going to trip you out. Look at this nonsense. Look at this. Like, isn't this pathetic? Like, look at this. And they're going to come over here and call me? which I have no problem with you calling me that. I really don't. But you gonna call me an Auntie Thomasina. You're gonna call me a race trader, whatever. Like I said, I don't have any problem. A house slave. But you don't have a problem. You may have a problem with this, but this wasn't a big outrage over this. Over the women, they were more angry at Nick than they were the black women, and I'm like, oh, is that how we do it now? So this is what I said. I said, you can call me a bed wench, you can call me a race trader, Aunt your mama, house slave, etc. But one thing you basketball Americans can't call me is a Nick Fuentes fan. I will always throw this in your face when you try to race shame me for doing my own thing. And that is what went down. This is what I'm talking about. The N-word debate is upon us again. And I just want to let you guys know that me being okay with anyone saying it, that has nothing to do with free speech. I don't care. I just don't like hypocrisy. I don't like it when blacks can say any word they want, but then they use that word to shame and also to control whites in a certain kind of indirect or maybe direct way. Rules for thee, but not for me. I don't like that. And so it wasn't always this way. I know in the 90s that white people could sing the N-word according to certain type of songs, whether it was songs from the West Coast or songs from the East Coast. If white people were singing it and they had the N-word in it, it was no big deal. So they could sing along with it. I don't know when it got woke to the point where now black people are gatekeeping a word. But see, white people allowed this. You are the ones who are shaming not you particularly, but it's white people who are shaming other white people, telling other white people, you can't say this and you can't say that and you can't culturally appropriate and blah, blah, blah. It's white people. If white people as a majority said, I'm going to say whatever I want to say and you can't cancel me and don't get canceled and don't get in trouble and nobody does anything, you don't get suspended, you don't get deplatformed, then guess what? Black people will stop. They will stop holding you accountable. They'll stop trying to vilify you. They will just stop it with the virtue signaling because we just saw just a few minutes ago that they really don't care. So this was bothering me for the past 2 days because this happened yesterday. Today's Sunday. So this happened yesterday. And so, I decided like, okay, before I go to bed, cause I just finished being on Chrissy's show. She had a pajama party. What's up, Chrissy Mayer? Love you, girl. So I said, let me do a video about this to get this off my chest and to also just have you guys have a video. So I'm very interested in what you have to say about this situation. How do you feel? Do you have a problem with it? And oh my God, I know what I'm going to get. I don't like the word and I think nobody should. I know I'm going to get those kind of white people. Please know I'm just going to roll my eyes at you. And if you could just spare me, don't comment. I don't care. I don't care if you don't use the word. I don't care if you find the word offensive. The problem is the hypocrisy. Why is it that black people can say it and you can't? Maybe not the ER, even though I think you should be able to say that. But what's the problem with you saying the A? Especially if it's an enduring term. Okay, why can't you say it? Why is it that they can say it, we can say it, but you can't? That's what it is. Please don't virtue signaling. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood for the virtue signaling white people, okay? Keep it to yourself. Go take that over there to the left somewhere. This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comments section. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Later, taters.